With the excitement of Far Cry 5 making its way to the consoles, I thought I'd compile a list of 5 things that you need to know about Far Cry 5. One of the most things that has me extremely excited about this game is the breaking of the mold of its predecessors. As you guys know, the majority of Far Cry's have been focused primarily on tropical islands, the Himalayas, and it's been on very different terrains that we fought the Far Cry series. Now this time around, we are coming and bringing the fight to Montana, a rural American area, something that we haven't seen before, and it's going to be quite interesting the way we're going to be able to explore, have new different interactions, and the way the countryside is going to be part of the installment in Far Cry 5. At number 1, we have character customization. Now, this is something we haven't seen in previous Far Cry games. As you may know, in previous series, we've been able to play as certain protagonists that have been set defined for us, for example, Jason and AJ. But this time around, we are going to be able to choose our character. Not only will we be able to choose our character, but we're going to be able to customize our character. We're going to be able to pick a gender. We're going to be able to pick male or female. We're going to be able to modify the hair, this facial appearances, and all sorts of different stuff, put tattoos on them, change their clothes, and all that fun stuff. So when you go into the game, you will be able to be yourself and be represented in the world as you would like to be represented. This character customization is very similar to like the Mass Effect Andromeda, Fallout 4, so we're going to have a really interesting aspect that we haven't seen in other Far Cry games, and it has me really excited to be able to customize my own character and play the way I want to play, but also look the way I want to look. At number 2 is we are going to be getting multiple villains. As you guys know, one of the things that makes Far Cry one of the best franchise series out there is that its villains are always key components to the game. Not only that, but they always transcend the console and are by far one of the best villains created in the video game industry. With that being said, we are going to get a chance to fight against 4 different villains. For those of you who don't know, we are going to be fighting a cult in Far Cry 5. Now these 4 villains are going to be leaders of 4 different cults. Now we believe that the main protagonist is still going to remain to be the father, and he is primarily likely to end up being the main villain in the game. Now this is something brand new coming to the series because primarily, in almost all the Far Cry games, we only have 1 or maybe even 2 kind of enemies that are really focused, but we've only had 1 true main villain in the majority of all the Far Cry games, and this is something that has me excited and should have you excited, especially for the fact that we know how well Ubisoft and the Far Cry series has done with crafting evil characters in their games. One thing that had me really excited when I saw it at E3, and that's going to be my number 3 point, is animal taming. Yes guys, animal taming is introduced back to Far Cry 5. Now this was part of Far Cry Primal, but we are getting this introduced into the Far Cry series. It's going to allow you to tame and partner up with a friendly furry animal which will fight alongside with you and help you complete different sets of missions, different sets of objectives, maybe with a more stealthy approach, kind of serve as a distraction, and overall just conquer enemies while you're trying to do other stuff. It's going to be able to alert you when someone's getting near, and it's going to give you a very interesting dynamic of the way you approach the game. Plus it'll give you a different way of actually playing the game. Instead of going guns blazing, you go with a more stealthy approach and just have him distract, or if you need him to get you a weapon because you ran out of a weapon, he'll be able to do that as well. So I'm really excited for this feature, and I always love it when animal taming is part of a game, just because you have that interconnection with your furry friend. At number 4, we have the atmosphere of rural America. So this is the feel of how you will feel when you actually land here. There's going to be all sorts of things that are going to make you feel like you're in America. Not only are the weapons going to be that way, but also the vehicles. We're going to get a chance to ride trucks. We're going to get a chance to ride trailers, motorhomes, Jeeps. It's going to give you that nice sense of feeling that you're part of the culture in Montana. Not only that, but the weapons are also going to make you feel that you're part of that American culture. Now keep in mind, one of the things that always stands out in other different Far Cry games is that it always makes you feel like you're within the location that you're in. If you're in the island, it'll give you weapons that you could think that you possibly could have in an island. When we were in the Himalayas, it also gave us weapons that we thought we were in the Himalayas. This is going to be very interesting because this is the first time we're going to a rural area, so the weapon system is going to be very interesting, especially the cars, and I can't wait to actually get my hands on that plane, because with that plane with those turrets, it's just going to be extremely amazing. And of course, I've left the best for last. At number 5 is multiplayer co-op. Now the interesting about multiplayer co-op, you might be saying, well, we kind of had multiplayer in a different Far Cry, but this is going to be a very interesting co co-op, because this is going to be the first time that you're going to be able to play the entire game. Yes, guys, the entire game with a friend. Not only that, but that's going to give you a bigger advantage to different ways you're going to be able to approach the game. You're going to be able to approach different scenarios, which will give you results in different outcomes of the way that scenario plays out. Previously in other Far Cry's, you would have to go by yourself solo it the majority of the time, but not this time. This time you're able to bring a buddy along and help you out with your adventure. Now, these are the 5 things that have me extremely excited for Far Cry 5. But now it's your time to chime on in. I want to know from you guys, are you guys excited for Far Cry 5? And if you are, out of these 5 things that I mentioned in the video, which is the one that has you mostly excited for Far Cry? Now, Far Cry will be releasing March 27, 2018, so we're really close to its release, and I'm really stoked and excited. So if you enjoy videos like this, do me the huge favor, drop a like, share this video with your friends, because it does help me a lot. If you guys want to stay up to date to everything Far Cry 5 and want the best guides, the best information, and overall how to have the most fun in Far Cry 5, make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.